Well, there's the turkey vulture, the merlin, the ospreys, and there's the occasional migrant of the peregrine falcon, which is the fastest animal on Earth, diving at over 240 miles per hour.
Reasons for why birds migrate depends on their geographical origin. So birds of temperate locations are trying to avoid the harsh winters, and birds of tropical locations migrate because they're being opportunistic and taking advantage of the food supply in the northern parts of the hemisphere during the warm summer months. Alright, so generally birds are going to migrate from north to south during the fall and from south to north during the spring. And there are proximate factors, which are the internal factors in birds that give them signals that, okay, it's time to migrate. But there's ultimate factors, which are kind of the weather patterns that are really kind of the last reasons for why birds leave and migrate.
Birds have numerous navigational tools they use to travel from location to location. To perform these absurd feats, birds utilize 3 different biological compasses, along with their senses of smell and sight. Similar to how a human would use a magnetic compass, birds have the ability to sense magnetic waves and navigate using those magnetic waves. Birds can also use their orientation to the North Star and Sun to navigate.
Migrating birds of North America generally adhere to the 4 major flyways: the Atlantic, Mississippi, Central, and Pacific. Birds don't necessarily follow these routes exactly, though. As you can see in northwestern Pennsylvania, we are in the middle of the Mississippi and Atlantic flyways, forcing birds to use a more specific route, like the Central Appalachian Corridor. This route allows our raptors to funnel through Mexico and Central America and down into South America for the winter. In this map, we see that turkey vultures and peregrine falcons stop all throughout Mexico and South America. Our merlins stop in northern South America, while the ospreys finish their migration along the South American Pacific coastline.
Oh, dude, look how huge that turkey vulture is.
Wow.
Fun facts about turkey vultures, they're actually one of the few birds that have developed really good senses of smell, and they can actually smell to find their whatever they want to eat, mainly roadkill and other things like that. Big bird looks just like a turkey almost, except it's not because it's clearly a turkey vulture. But
can you tell us a little bit maybe about the different types of habitats that turkey vultures like?
Okay, so turkey vultures love kind of how this area kind of is. It's like you have some open area right next to.
Okay.
Right you wanna woodlands.
Yep. Okay. Open area next to woodlands.
They'll nest in the woodlands and then come out and just sort of soar over like that bird was doing. And kind of just scour looking for whatever food it can really eat. It also can even be slightly next to some water, but normally it's really shallow water.
Okay.
Because it once in a while it'll get a fish or two, but mainly what it's looking for is kind of just preying on the woodkill or the roadkill that's right next. There's a main road right here. I'm sure stuff gets killed probably almost every day, and they can just eat that up.
Vultures and birds of prey like that can eat things that other people can't, that have some diseases and parasites in them that they then get out of their system. Their stomachs are the most acidic of any animal on the planet.
It helps
pretty crazy.
Keep diseases down because
they eat it.
They eat the diseases, and it doesn't affect them.
Exactly.
It could affect us, but since they consume it, and it kind of kills their stomachs, kill off the parasites. And
really
stuff.
impressive.
Really
great
impressive.
adaptation.
Awesome.
What kind of migration do turkey vultures do?
Okay, so a lot of turkey vultures, they're kind of all throughout the U.S., but especially ones around this area, kind of the northern part of the United States, they'll definitely migrate, and some even go as far as South America. Others will just stay more in the southern United States, but a lot actually can migrate all the way down to Central and South America.
Unfortunately, since this is the early part of March, we don't have any merlins in this area yet, considering they don't live here year-round. But they do migrate through this area, and from their winter location down in South America, Central America, and the southern part of the U.S. They have some permanent locale in the Pacific Northwest, where Trevor's from. But this is a wonderful area while they travel north back up to Canada, to the northern parts of Canada and some of the southern parts of Canada, for where they mate. Merlins love coastline like this and shoreline where they can hunt for fish and small game, but they also love big open areas with some forested areas like this, like these fields where they can hunt for smaller rodents.
Alright, so we're out here at Geneva Marsh today and we're looking for the osprey. So when you're identifying an osprey, if you think you see one flying above, one distinct feature of a flying osprey is that they have a kink in their wings so that when you're looking up at them from below, it looks like a sort of M shape in the sky. You might see them circling around areas where they're trying to feed, and of course this is a great place for osprey. Ospreys have gained the nickname of sea hawk, which is pretty self-explanatory. They like water, so they will circle above marshy areas, lakes, estuaries, looking for fish, but they also eat other, small rodents and birds and other things. And you may see ospreys' nests, which are pretty big. Raptor nests are pretty large. They like to build their nests high above the ground, so up in tall trees and ideally over the water. So areas, these forested areas lining the marsh would be excellent habitat for osprey to nest, and then the marsh itself would provide great feeding grounds for osprey.
Peregrine falcons will most likely nest in the higher surrounding areas around the swamp, but they will hunt in this lower lying, more open area because their main prey consists of small to medium-sized birds like the waterfowl and songbirds you would find in this area. It used to be that you could find peregrine falcons all over the United States, but as of right now, their range has diminished to more coastal areas and Mexico. They're also the fastest animal in the world. The fastest peregrine falcon has been clocked at 242 miles an hour.